Hello and welcome to another episode of Knitting Up North with Jenn and Corrina. My name's Jen.
And I'm Corrina.
And today is November 18th. This is episode number 13. And I am Jen Loves Yarn on Instagram and Ravelry.
I am Corrina is Crafty on all the things.
On all the things.
All the things. Ravelry, Instagram, YouTube.
Love it. You might notice that our backdrop is a little different today. You want to tell them a little bit about where we're at?
Well, we're in downtown Bemidji. We're at the Yarn Cabin, our good friend Angie's shop. And so there's going to be some traffic behind us and stuff like that. But yeah, we're recording from our local yarn store today.
I so love it too. It's such a good vibe. Like there's beautiful colors all around us. And
oh, downtown they're getting it all done up for light up the night for the Christmas, the holidays. People will have their windows done up, so it's very festive, very starting to feel like the holidays downtown Bemidji.
It does look so beautiful, and the parade is always so fun too.
Oh yeah.
Are your kids still interested in that type of thing? They're outgrowing
well
it.
I think the boys are definitely, but Isabella's
She's still into it.
Still wants to do that kind of stuff, yeah.
I spy an awesome looking sweater. Tell us about what you're wearing.
Oh, I am wearing the number 9. The number 9, I always draw a blank, by My Favorite Things. And what is the website? I put it here, but it's not. I don't know. My Favorite Things.
My Favorite Things knitwear. I've
yes,
done a couple of patterns by them. They're super good. I love the patterns. I love everything that I've ever made. Like, you know how you just have some of the things you make that just don't fit? Everything I have ever made from them is so spot on.
Yeah, my favorite part is this. And just the roominess. So a lot of times I shy away from bulky knits because I don't want to get bulked up. But you use a big enough needle so that when you block this, it really does not feel bulky at all. And
it's so beautiful.
It's laying. Thank you. Yours is too. Yours is gorgeous.
I mean, it is. So we were just talking about this before we started. So on a side note, we haven't seen each other in a really, really long time. So I'm super excited just to be hanging out with you. Yeah. I think like Rhinebeck, we haven't really seen each other since then.
A month.
Yeah, busy.
Just about.
But do you happen to have the yarn you used with you?
Yep.
Because I think it is phenomenal.
So this is Beautiful Sister. It's Natural Sister, right?
Yes.
Is our yarn, and it's called Cloud 9, I believe. So it's this. Yeah.
The label.
Jen got herself some, and then to get gauged, because this is considered DK, I held it with this, and this is Balayage.
Oh yeah.
By
Pasquale,
yeah.
That's goodish.
Yeah, we did good job. Anyways, I got this the last time that I was in Duluth.
That's right, at Yarn Harbor.
At the Yarn Harbor, and I walked past it a couple times, and then I went back and grabbed a sweater's quantity, and then I thought, why'd you do that? Because are you gonna really knit another tiny yarn sweater? So when I brought this home and I was looking at it, and then I started to think about this, and I was like, I think that'll be really pretty together. And it did come out very
fun.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It looks, the fit of it looks very sweatshirty, comfy, yet elegant and beautiful. Like you could dress it up or dress it down. It is so pretty.
Yeah, I will post a picture. I am wearing leggings and boots with it because it's very much boot weather today. It's rainy. Could be snowing. I think we were right on that edge of maybe it could have gotten snow, but we stayed warm enough that we didn't. Thank good. For me, I am glad it did not snow.
I'm ready for snow, but I either want rain or feet of snow. I don't want the sloppy in between.
No, that's
I hate that.
Oh, the sloppy. Oh.
It just, I'm mopping floors every day. You know the drill.
Oh, I do.
Okay, so I am wearing the Eye Dazzler by the Native Knitter. We'll put a picture in, but I have wanted to knit this. I saw Leanne of Cocktail Hour at the Coop. She knit one. It was beautiful. And I just have little, you know, spin cycle here, primrose there, like all of the color changing. And so I wanted to do a color changing yoke, and bought this at Rhinebeck this year. So this yarn is Snowshoe Farm, the light in fawn. So, so this.
Yeah, and show them this. That's neat.
Yeah, and then the rib, it's like a corrugated rib.
Yeah.
But yeah, just super, super fun. The color changing that I'm using is Primrose, and it is in the colorway Animal. It's our Homestead base. And it was just so fun to work with, man. This flew off my needles. I think I started it 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Maybe?
I did mine in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I think this is the fastest I've knit a sweater.
You were pretty monogamous on that one too.
Once I picked it up, before last time when we talked, I was like, I'm just knitting socks. I was like in a sock mode, DK sock mode all summer. And then when we got home and I was unpacking everything and stuff, I got the idea and I wanted to knit up that yarn, you know, knit and reminisce about our time in Rhinebeck in New York, our trip. And I just cast on and then it just kept going. Didn't really put it down.
Yeah. Cast on-itis is alive and well in my house. And I'm going to cast on more tomorrow.
I'm gonna finish the Doppio, and then my next knit is my husband's sweater. We are heading to Montana for an extended weekend. We're driving to the Bozeman area, and so
I didn't realize you were driving, so you're gonna have lots of knitting time.
And then I just get to hunker down in a little cabin while he's up hunting.
Perfect.
I'm just gonna knit. Maybe I'll even finish a sweater now. That's too ambitious, but
I mean, maybe
it's also in a bulky yarn, so I think I will get a decent amount of knitting done on it, and then that'll be great because when Advent starts, I will not feel this like pressure. Oh no, I have to finish a sweater by Christmas.
Right. That's how it was last year. We were mid knit on a lot of things and still felt the need to start Advents. So cool. Yeah, I think that is a little bit about what we're wearing.
So these are FOs for us too.
Yeah, true.
FOs.
So speaking of FOs, should we go there next? Okay. You want me to knock out a couple?
Well, you and I have matching FOs. I didn't realize that. Yeah. And then, but I didn't really. I still have to Kitchener the last sock. So, and I forgot my.
This should be our thumbnail. Yeah, this is Halfway to Haunts by Freckled Whimsy. And this, when I saw Corrina's, I was like, must have. So I went to try to get it and I missed the boat. But one of our amazing viewers and friend, Jessica, she was kind enough, I think you saw in the last episode, she gifted, and man, were these fun to knit. And I can't wait. I was like, can we please podcast already so I can wear these socks? So yeah.
Yep. So I had my husband asked me to make bagels for his team tomorrow for their meeting, their weekly meeting. And bagels took a little long today, so I didn't get to finish the heel.
You're on a sourdough bagel
They are.
kick?
Yeah. All the ones I made today were for him to take to work tomorrow. But it's a start the dough the night before, get up, shape them, then let them rise for 4 to 5 hours, and then you boil them and then you bake them. So it's a process. It took some time. Yeah. And it took more time than I thought it would.
Yeah, that's okay. That happens. Life gets in the way of knitting all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I've been having to work a lot more than usual, and that is both rewarding and annoying. So I'll just throw another FO. These are also socks, and this is vanilla DK socks, just like the last ones. And it is a So Happy Jane colorway from the subscription box. And if you are
boy, it's the lights. I hope it comes out when we publish how great those colors are.
Aren't they so fun?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're interested, she has So Happy Jane, such a fun box. If you're interested in getting it, use the code UPNORTH and you'll get $5 off your first box. But yeah, she just curates the most beautiful boxes, inspo pics, and her extras are fun. So I've been having a lot of fun. I think I've knit a lot with her yarn this year. Shawls, designs, the whole thing.
Me too. It's so squishy, soft yarn.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was 2 whips already. I have 2 more. You have
FOs.
I said whips. Let's see. Let's do this one. So,
oh, hey, that's cool.
This is yet to be released. It is a test knit for Tif Neilan, And the pattern is called Painting with Yarn, and it will be released the second week of December. I think she's shooting for like the 10th or the 11th. Y'all, this was so fun. So it's like a pick your own adventure kind of hat, right? Kind of like I would liken it to some of the doodle decks and things of that nature, but she gives you you know, the different patterns and the hat recipe, and you pick your combination and colors and all of the things. But I absolutely love how this hat fits. It's really great.
It's really cute.
I'll make more. I whipped this up in a day.
A day?
Yeah, a day.
Wow.
Yeah, so fun. But yeah, so we'll let you know when that releases. Watch Jenn Loves Yarn. Watch my Instagram page because I'll be putting up a test page for her very soon.
I always like looking at the
The
inside
floats.
too. Look how neat that is.
Isn't that fun? And I used all scraps, you guys, all DK. So some of this is fingering held double. Some of it's DK. It's just, I pulled a color palette that I was attracted to right out of my scrap bin. And it's super, super cute.
Oh, you look so adorable.
I like how it can slouch.
It's so cute.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I might have to knit myself one.
You should. It's so good. I love the fit. Yeah. And the pom-pom, I got the pom-pom right off of Amazon.
Well, I think you're looking for pom-poms. I think there's quite a few here in the shop.
Angie got some?
I think she does.
Yeah, I like these because they just snap on and off. So when you wash it, but yeah. And then, you know, the trick when you need to get them all fluffed up, just blow dry them, a little bit of heat. So yeah, Painting with Yarn coming to Ravelry soon by Tif Neilan. She is such a fun, it was a fun test knit because she's such a joy. Like, she was super cool.
One of my favorite designers.
I was just going to say that. She is like one of your faves. All right. You want to show one of your FOs?
That's it.
That's it? Okay. I have, you guys, it's done. We'll put a picture in. I don't think we want to hold up the whole thing, but this is the jelly roll by KF Jones of the Bakery Bears. We should flip it and show the edging. Yeah. So I ended up deciding to, this is all DK. So DK weight, fingering held double for the most part. Lots of these are row 1 minis I was using up and just random picked them out of a bag. And this is the one I've been working on for Austin, my middle nephew.
Oh, I like this color.
There's so many fun colorways in there. This is Angie's of Pearls and Pines. I have lots of Pearls and Pines colorways in here, but I did decide to edge it with black. So see if we can get it up against, if I hold it this way up against my white sweater. It really pops. I love that it makes it look like stained glass. It makes like the colors pop. And I ended up using a worsted weight on the edging because I didn't want, I thought a DK would just blend in a little more, and I really wanted for it to look like a big cord around it. So I just went up in yarn weight to worsted. So yeah. So we'll put a picture in of this too so you can see it in all of its glory. But yeah, I told him, I sent Austin a picture of it, and I was like, I'll drop it in the mail tomorrow, buddy. And he was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. So this has been a long time coming for him. So that is
quite the feat there,
yeah,
getting that finished.
And that's why I'm going to cast something else on tonight.
You deserve it.
I am ready. So cool. That is all of my FOs. And I think we just, so just in full transparency, like we're at the yarn shop today, and Angie's closed today. So we're keeping this one, you know, pretty short and sweet, just out of respect for her to get her work done and get home to her family. So we just brought one whip today, and you can go first.
Okay.
I can't wait to see it.
So I thought I'd have this done, but not quite.
So good.
This is the Doppio. And I decided to do a different bottom. So I'm doing split hem, much like the sweater I'm currently wearing. So this is the back, And then instead of doing the front of the split hem,
do you want me to hold it so you can
sure,
see it?
I went for a sleeve. And so I'm like halfway done with the first sleeve. I'll probably finish that in the next couple days, maybe even before we hit the road, so that I can cast on Micah's Christmas sweater.
And you can wear it?
Oh yeah.
In Montana.
And this is with La Bien Amy, but I can't remember the colorway. Held with silk mohair. I didn't bring the tag.
And your bag.
And the bag, yes. We got this a couple years ago.
Hound Creations, I think.
Yeah, you've got one too.
Yeah. Our pattern, I don't know if you've noticed, but like some of our fabric is the same and some is different. Like I don't have the frog. So it's like same fabric, but I feel like it's a different cut of it a little bit.
So we would never get them messed up because mine has the frog on it.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, that's the only whip I brought.
I love it. All right, so my next whip is in this lovely bags by Corrina. I have lots of bags by Corrina that I just love. Just beautiful, hold a lot. There's a ton of yarn in here, like lots of hanks or balls. But little story behind this one. My mom sends me a lot of stuff on Instagram, just funny stuff, some related to chickens, some related to, you know, hunting, fishing, you know, just whatever, the stuff that I'm interested in. And rarely ever about yarn or knitting, just because she sees everything I post. But she sent me this picture, and it was of the Lulu pullover by Petite Knit. And I just thought the minute I saw it, she didn't ask for it, didn't say she wanted it, just sent me a picture of it. And her birthday was the other day on the 15th. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm done getting her flowers that are gonna die. Like, I mean, I will, who doesn't love flowers? But I was like, I'm gonna knit this for her. So I started it, and I'm using the Pure Gynt by Sandnes Garn. And this is actually, so when I knit a gift for somebody, then I try to use the yarn that the designer used, or something very, very close, because that's what they're expecting it to look like, right? Or what they're expecting it to drape like, or whatever. So I did place an order for this in charcoal, and I have the tiniest little start. So you start on the back and you do your increases, and then I'll knit flat for about 9.5 inches from the cast on for her size before we do some armhole shaping. So I'm on the hunt for some buttons for this, and my mom is tiny, so I think I'm making a medium, small, maybe medium. I think that the positive ease is built in, so I think that it's a small, so it will go pretty quick. But yeah, I'm having fun with that. I just was so busy working on like finishing this and then that blanket, because I just really wanted to have those done going into Advent season, to be honest. So it feels good to have 2 big projects off the needles. So before we move into community service. Before we move into that, should we talk a little bit about Advent and kind of plans, what we're thinking? Although before we do that, we did, on the vein of Advent, we did get a couple of questions from people that I thought were like good questions, and frankly questions I haven't thought about in years, like, because I've been getting Advents for so long. But forgive me, I'm just going to go to the notes because I want to make sure I get the questions right. So the first question was, will you be casting on with your Advents? And if so, what will you be making?
Okay, so I have 2 sock Advents. The sock where you're knitting a sock. It's self-striping. 2 of them. One's the Freckled Whimsy, and the other one is Woolens and Nosh. And I will definitely try to do that every day. So I'm gonna knit 2 socks I might even do 2 socks at a time, so I can get through, right? Both of those. That is,
which, by the way, Did you see Freckled Whimsy today had a post on Insta, and she was like, hey, as we're getting closer, here's some patterns that I think look really good in self-striping yarn.
I did see that, yep.
Man, I screen captured that, so I'm going to go home tonight and look and wind up my
And
mini.
she was saying she had a couple extras, I think, for Christmas. Ooh. I think I saw that.
I think I did too, actually.
Yeah.
I don't remember when, though.
So,
okay, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I'm
definitely going to do those, but I really do... my whole plan is over the next couple weeks or before December 1st. So I don't even know if we have a couple weeks. We have like a week.
No, like literally next week is Thanksgiving in the US.
Right, I know.
That's so crazy.
So I want to get a good start on my husband's sweater and feel good about that. Like maybe, you know, the body, and just have to finish sleeves or something, hopefully by December 1st. That is my goal. And so that, yeah, I do plan on casting on one of the advents for sure on the 1st. That is what I want. That's my goal.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. We'll see how far I get into that, but it is my goal. And are we showing that now?
Yeah, do your dream knitting.
So
because it's advent related
right,
this time.
Is dream knitting. This is what I picked. And yeah, I'm not in the mood to knit wraps. There's lots of wraps out there, and I'm just not in the mood. Katie Jones, the Bakery Bears, she has a new pattern she just released that I've been watching. I forget what it's called. It's a scarf. And I think that's a great, like, sit there and watch TV knit. Have you seen it?
Not yet.
I'm sorry.
Note to self, though.
I know.
I'm gonna go check it out after this.
Bakery Bears, yeah. That I might also try to cast on that too. We'll see. One of my advents is DK, and this is a fingering weight sweater, but I think I'll play with it a little like I have been doing, and I think I might use the DK set for this sweater, and just cast on a size smaller and drop down a needle or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Play with it.
Who knows? We'll see how it works out, but that's what I'm thinking for my advents. Yeah, I collected advents, I think, because this summer was kind of wackadoodle. I wasn't really being mindful of what and forgot things, and then stuff showing up, and I was like, oh, oops. So I do have a few, and Jen and I are both planning on doing Vlogmas. Maybe not the same idea. We're going to do separate on our separate YouTube channels. We did talk a lot about how to do Vlogmas together, you know, mash up stuff, and it would just be too hard sending videos and editing and all that. It's just better if we take care of our own and do it our own way, rather than every day having to discuss, now what are we going to do tomorrow, you know?
It was too much.
It was going to be too much.
Even just talking about how we would do it was too much.
Yeah.
So we were like, we're done.
Yep.
I have a couple of work trips in December, and it was just going to be too hard. But yeah, and I don't know, you know, in the traditional Vlogmas fashion, like, I'm probably not going to do every day. I'm probably going to do like a weekly vlog during the month of December. But yeah, we'll play around with it. It'll be fun for everyone to get us to know us a little bit better.
It is my intention to do every day. So unless I get like really sick or something, I think I will put something, even if it's just 5-10 minutes. But yeah, I'm going to vlog every day, the opening of my advents, and a little bit about what I do at home, and a little bit of family and things like that, you know.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. All right. Well, I am planning to, for Advent, I'm definitely doing, I only got, I shouldn't say only, I got the Freckled Whimsy sock. So I am going to, this week, research which sock I want to do. I don't think I want to do a regular vanilla. I might, we'll see. But I'm going to wind up the mini and get ready to go on that. I don't have any intentions of casting on an Advent right away. I just, like I said, I have a couple of work trips in the mix. Like, it's a busy time anyway. And one of the things that I want to make, two of the things I want to make, I want to see what the advents are starting to look like before I decide what to use them in. Because I've had a couple of situations in the past where I was like, yep, I'm going to go blind all in. I pick the pattern, I open the yarn, I knit so far every day. And then later on, and I loved every project I did like that. I've done some every year. Suburban Stitcher, that big long wrap from last year, which ended up being a window treatment. Just so you know, I'll send it. I'll post that on Instagram so people can see it. But I think my overall experience is I have either thought, ooh, this would have been really good as this pattern, or I would have liked this better as this. So I'm gonna approach it a little bit differently this year and just see what the yarn tells me it wants to be. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'll be knitting every day on my sock, which I've never had an Advent sock before.
Me either.
So I'm excited.
I am too. I think the socks are really doable. I feel like that's
100%.
really doable, you know.
Yeah.
Get up in the morning, open them up, knit a couple rounds with my coffee, and
yeah,
hopefully.
One of the things I do want to make, and it's a lot of, it's a big project, so I don't want to do it in the blind. It's a big project, and it's going to require that I tinker with the pattern and striping a little bit, but it is the Stripe Dream Sweater by Corey of I Rock Knits, and we'll put a picture in, but it's a DK weight, so immediately now I'm holding it double for the pattern because I have sock weight, fingering weight advents. And it's got some big striping on the top, and then some, single stripe, single round striping throughout. So that's where I kind of want to just see the advent and go like, okay, which of the bigger sections of stripe do I want to get more attention, and which ones do I want to blend in? Because I'm sorry, I think every advent I've ever gotten is gorgeous. I love some colors more than others. So I don't want to be surprised and have the ones I don't love at the top. And wish that I had done it differently. So I think I'm just going to unwrap them and plan a little bit before I dive into that sweater.
So that was another question we got, was how do we not just tear into them right away and open them all up? That one's easy for me. I like having looking forward to them every morning. That's me. I like that getting up in the morning and being like a kid almost, because I remember being a kid and couldn't wait for Christmas morning. And so yeah, for me, it's the fun of it, just every day, the surprise. And I don't want to open them all up.
Yeah,
I love the surprise.
I really enjoy it too. And when December 25th comes and there's no more to open,
I know.
I'm like, oh,
that's so sad. I know.
It's sad.
Oh, it's over.
I'm gonna maybe I'll just wrap up some of my own minis that are in my stash just to at least take it through the new year, because when it's over, it's like,
no, what you should do is I'll give you some of mine and you give me some of yours, and I'll put it together for you, and you put mine together. Then we won't know.
So between Christmas and New Year's, we'll do that for each other. You got to come down off the high, man. You can't just go cold. Yeah, I love that idea. Let's do that. Okay, it's a deal.
Okay,
I am gonna go. I have a chiropractic appointment tomorrow. I think I'm going to stop at Reed's, and I'm going to get 1 through. I have all of these, the bags 1 through 25 from other advents that I've gotten.
Me too.
And I think what I'm going to do is stop at Reed's. Is a sporting goods store for those of you who are unfamiliar.
That everyone comes for hundreds of miles to go to.
Yeah, and I live like 10 minutes from it. But I think I'm going to stop in there and get 25 things for Shane and make him an advent so that we can
that's a really good
open
idea.
Together. Because I'm the only one in the house who has advents. Like, we do get Hunter an advent, which, by the way, today is Hunter, my stepson's 16th birthday. I just got noticed right before I walked in here that he passed his driving test. So that's pretty cool. But we always get him an advent. And then because he's at his mom's more than our house, we just send it home with him, right? And we usually get one, like we'll get one for him and then he'll open it and, you know, tell us what he got or whatever. But he's kind of grown out of that. At this point, he's just like, meh, whatever.
I know.
He doesn't want chocolate. He doesn't want Legos, like all the ones we used to get. So.
Oh, I know.
We'll
my kids would eat the chocolate ones. Last year I got them the Reese's ones, which reminds me I need to order those.
The problem is, so do I.
Yes, those evil things.
I'm so done. The Reese's?
Yes,
girl,
the
they're
bats.
my favorite. Mm-hmm.
This year there was bats and ghosts and the pumpkins.
Mm-hmm.
They're delicious.
And it is...
Maybe one day I'll just sit there and eat them until I get sick. And then maybe I won't want
it. Doesn't
anymore.
work. That doesn't work.
I'm like, just one, and I'll take these little bites. And I'm like, this is heaven. I just want to eat them all. They're sitting there in the candy dish. Yelling
and I'm baking a lot more. Like, I'm making snickerdoodle cookies and all the things. And I do bake pretty regularly to have something just in the freezer to cut the sweet tooth or whatever. And I'm like, I'll just freeze them and then they stay fresher longer and I don't eat them. And then what I've learned lately is they're just as good frozen as they are. So.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've got plenty of yarn. I'll just have to knit the sweaters a little bigger until I rein it in. I don't see that happening in the next 15 days.
Right. Well, it's really hard. Yeah. For the holidays.
To
try to have control when there's so many goodies. Everyone has goodies. Everyone wants to share. That's my thing. I love baking and cooking for people I love. And so,
so what are you making me?
I know. I lately been, you know, baking stuff and giving it away. So yesterday I had to stop at the bank and sign some papers that has to do with the renovations on our cabin, and I gave some to the lady there, and I gave her half a loaf of sourdough, and I brought sourdough in here last week for Angie and her family.
I love it.
So I do love it. And then some days I just bake the sourdough. I've got the starter, I fed it. It's sitting there. I want to use it. So I bake up stuff and then I send it to work with my husband.
I think I'm going to get my sourdough starter going again. But I think I'm going to get one from, what's it called? You're an affiliate for them.
The Heritage. It's called the Heritage Flour. We use Heritage Greens. It's Sunrise.
Sunrise, yeah.
Yeah. Why is it having such a hard time?
I don't know, but what I'm going to tell you is that flour has made a difference. Like, I can eat breads and things, and it's not hard for my body to process. Like, so I'm like, maybe if I get my sourdough starter from them, because they sell the starters, then it'll all be from that flour.
Well, just so you know, I did read an article today about that, where the gal was like, I'm sorry, this is, you know, probably going to be controversial and people won't like to hear this, but those 150-year-old starters and stuff that people boast about, they're not really, because I mean, over
time you're adding.
Well, once you get starter for someone, for the first couple feeds and first couple bakes, yes, it's part of that, but eventually it's not. Eventually it turns into what your environment is
because it adapts to the humidity and the temperature.
So I could give you some starter and you just feed it with that flour.
Do you feed it with that flour?
No, I haven't been.
Oh, are you going to?
Probably not.
Why?
Well, I need to play. I think that I'll experiment with it, but I follow them on Facebook and I've seen people struggling to keep their starter really bubbly with it. I'm not sure why that is. And so right now I've been playing with my starter a lot. Definitely experimenting different ratios of water to flour when I'm feeding and seeing what the starter looks like, and then what the things I've baked come out looking like. And so I guess, you know, maybe over the holidays I'll take, because I actually have 2 going right now from the original starter. Rose is her name. I split it off and had 2 going because I needed to bake a lot of bread for a fundraiser going on at my husband's work. So I needed to have a couple going. And so now because I have a thing that I get attached or something. It's some sort of... So now I have 2 and I don't want to dump them in with each other. It's really ridiculous. So now I'm feeding them both.
Well, maybe I'll just take one off your hands.
I'll give you some.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I gave Jerusha some, my sister-in-law, a couple of weeks ago, who is gluten intolerant. She has went through all the testing and all that stuff, and but she took some, and then she bought flour. I also buy this kind of flour too. This is the other kind of flour I like to have, and it's the Caputo Italian flour.
Oh, yes.
And she bought that because she had been told that it was easier on to digest than the flours that you buy here in the United States, that there's lots of additives and stuff like that. And so she's been baking sourdough and playing with the starter, and I think she's like 4 or 5 loaves in, and she's done some focaccia, sourdough focaccia, and eaten it and not gotten sick.
That is phenomenal. And my friend Vicky, who lives in Chandler, Arizona, same thing. She's been making sourdough with that flour.
Mm-hmm. So when you get
because that's the food nanny, right?
Who has sure. The There's a truck that's loud. It just started out here. Sorry. It's the fermenting. So if you do the overnight ferment, you do the overnight in the fridge, and you get a good ferment on your dough ball. It does something to the gluten and whatever, and just makes it easier for those people who are sensitive or intolerant to digest.
Very cool. All right, back to Advent. So the question about how do you refrain from opening? Same thing. I really look forward to them. I do this whole process with them. So I don't know if I have even a picture, but this weekend I'm going to prep my Advents. And so what I do is I take them all out of their original box because they're all wrapped. I put the goodies that come in the box aside for my fan, just set them out for my family. And then I will take the box and cut the top off and wrap the box and put all my Advents under the tree in the box. So every day I'm, pulling out the box and opening them up. And
I did the same thing last year.
It's just so fun. Mm-hmm. So I really enjoy opening them every day as well. And I refrain from opening them prior to Advent because I do not take the tape off until I'm prepping them. And by then the tree is up and, we're all ready to go. So I know it's just a few more days, but I enjoy preparing around Advent. Like what do I want to make and what are they going to look like?
I know,
and I pull out the inspo pictures again. If they didn't come with the box, like I pull them, what made me order it? Like I just fall in, because you order them in April. So then I just fall in love with them all over again when I get them.
It's going to be forever. Man, it's been a long time before we get Advent. And then look, now it's November and they're rolling in. Yeah. I'm still waiting for 2. I'm waiting for the bet. You are too. Black Pearl Magic.
Yep. Holiday box.
And Charming You. I'm still waiting on my Charming You. It's supposed to be here Thursday. It shipped. Yeah. And I think that's it. Then I'll get them all, like you said. I have a tree set up in my room, and that's where I keep my Advents, is under that tree.
I love it. Yeah. So should we do community service?
Yep. Quickly, so Angie can get home to her family.
I have a lot of community service. Do we want to do, you want to tell them a little bit about the one you have?
Okay, so.
And I will, because we both have it.
Yep. Speaking of Angie, so Angie and Jen and I are hosting a fiber retreat in January. I know I put right there. And I Rock Knits, Corey of I Rock Knits, designed a shawl a while back, and we are, anybody who wanted to join the knit along, it's on Discord, our knit along, and it's with Lavender Loon, who's also going to be at our retreat. So Corey of I Rock Knits will be there, and so will Lavender Loon, Sam from Lavender Loon, and she dyed this up for us, and there was lots of colors to choose from.
Mine is called Fernwood.
And mine's Book Nook.
Yeah, Fernwood.
So we need to cast that on too. That's something else that needs to go on the needles at some point here in December.
Yeah, so we'll take a big group picture of everybody's shawls at the retreat. Mm-hmm. And it was not mandatory to participate, obviously. No. Do it if you want to, but I really want to get this done because I don't want to be left out on the day we take the pictures at our own retreat on the first annual.
Yep. I do. It'll be a great memory because I know we're going to have a blast that weekend, and there'll be lots of memories, and it's comforting sometimes, and to have a knit that you pick up and you go, I remember where I bought that yarn, or I remember knitting that, and the memories. And again, my knits bring me comfort, just like the knitting of them did.
So I think that, like, full confessions, like, I think I got back from Rhinebeck and I was like, let's keep it going, rally. And I just kept buying stuff. Like, I didn't need it. But I liked it. This first one, we're going to do a little Purl Soho. I did some Purl Soho community service. And this is actually a present from my husband for my birthday. And it is the linen quill mini set. I just thought this was easier way to show it. I didn't actually know I had this, but it's all of these. This is how they come.
This one's mine. She's giving this to me.
But I want to do
I love these doors.
I do too. I want to do a big blanket out of this. And I'm honestly kind of thinking, I got a couple of episodes ago, I showed the DK, the naked DK I got from Angie. And I think what I'm going to do is the sweet shop blanket out of this and make every single square in one of these colors. That'd be cool. And like just show the gradient like throughout. But we'll see. And I do need another blanket on the needles. So we'll see. Also Purl Soho.
Oh, hey, there was something I was going to say earlier and I just remember what it was. Nitty Natty put a video out today going over Advents patterns.
Yeah. There's lots of bundles out there too. You can search Advent bundles on Ravelry. Yeah, you get so like rabbit holes, and then like 4 hours went by and you're like, woof,
yeah,
I could have been knitting.
Yeah, I started to watch it and I'm like, I don't have time, but that's a really good resource to find to getting ideas to knit up your Advents.
Yeah. So I'm just going to show this other one from Purl Soho. So I paid $7. So I got this, remember last one, I got this email. Last time I got an email from Darn It Anyway, and they were like, here's $25 on us. And I got that gnome book. So Purl Soho, I got an email. I'm on their email list. And they were like, hey, happy birthday. Here's $20 or whatever it was. I ended up just paying for shipping for this, but it's this cowl. And it's called the Candy Stripe Cowl. And you can get it on the Purl Soho website. And then these two balls. And then this was just an extra. Like, this doesn't go in it. But happy birthday to me. I wasn't going to not pay shipping for it. So.
Her birthday was in October.
Yeah.
At the beginning of October.
Yeah. All right. You want to go? Community service? I love this one.
Oh, yeah. So I was in here the other day and in the shop. And this is Angie's. She dyes this here. And this one is called Christmas Sugar. It's DK. So I wanted to cast on a Christmas sock. I was in the mood, but I didn't do it yet. So anyways, this probably will pop on my needles here pretty quick. I might bring it as a side project on the road trip. Just take a break from sweater knitting. So yeah, that's my other community service.
Okay, I have 3 more. Because I'm a piggy. So Primrose, the Homestead Sport, I saw this little mini bundle and I loved it, and I was thinking like color work, doodle everything, I don't know, but I really like the colors. They're just not usual colors that I go for. Those are showing up. It's a little better here, but yeah. Primrose Yarn Co. Homestead Sport, and there are 6 125 yard minis to play with because I need more minis in my life. I'm gonna have a lot of minis at the end of this season.
Oh yes.
This, you got to spread the love on the community service. So this is my last Woolens and Nosh, and I actually converted my subscription to Farmer Daughters Fibers to the 2025 Sock Squad. So I'll start that. And I do that. I do 1 a year, sometimes 2, it depends. But this one is a superwash Targhee, and it's the October colorway, and it's called, I love her names. The colorway is Fall Cozy Knit, Tea, Books, Candles, Flannel, Wool Socks. So, yeah. I'm getting in the mood to use my circular sock knitting machine too, and just crank up a bunch of tubes and do afterthought just to crank them out. And then the last thing is, I just got this like 45 minutes ago.
When she walked in the door,
yep.
She picked it up here at the shop.
Yeah, so the lovely Susie of Fiber MacGyver dyed up this special colorway. It's called the Yarn Cabin. It's available on the website, you guys. It is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to do the maple vest. I'll put the link. I don't have a picture prepared for it, but I'll put the link in the show notes below to the maple vest. Is what I was originally going to make with this, and super excited about it. But it's a little more busy and a little more color variation than I want for that pattern, but I'm dying to cast on the maple vest. It was in my dream knits last time. So I think what I'm going to do is just shelf this for a little bit, and I'm going to use the La Bien-Aimée that I got at the Woolen Affair last year, not this year, but last year, to cast on that maple vest. It's like a beautiful red color.
This would be pretty held with some green mohair.
Mm-hmm. Which I have some green, but like dark green mohair.
I think it would be really pretty.
Mm-hmm. I'm just a green girl. I love everything green. Okay, so I think that's it. No, do you have anything else?
No, I think I'm going to take a little video of the shop, and I'll post that at the, when you guys...
Little B-roll?
Yep, at the end here.
Okay, so look for our vlogs. I think we haven't really talked about it, but I think we decided that we're probably, if we have a podcast in December, it will be a miracle given the 500 directions that we're all going and my work trips. And so we're just going to really commit to Vlogmas. That'll be on our own channel.
Yep.
And we'll put in the show notes below, we'll put each of our YouTube channel handles so that you can find us that way. We'll also post them on Instagram and the Up North Fiber Retreat, not the Up North Fiber Retreat, and the Knitting Up North with Jenn and Corrina. Too many Up North. But we'll put that information there so you can follow us for Vlogmas, and we will see you in January. Happy holidays, everyone. Bye.
Bye.